Haha. As you can see, they come with a protective coating. Alright. Flat on the bottom. Fairly heavy duty. They give you plenty of cable. They come in a fancy box. Actually, and they're even labeled. So the one that I already opened is clearly marked as each light has its own little pad, so looks like you can mount it to a roll bar. Looks like your wire will go through these holes. And also if you want to mount it flush. Actually no, that's where the back. Yep, so it's going to sit flat like that. Wire will go in, go through the hole, or you can come in through this side, go through the hole. They send you plenty of tie wraps. Looks like some Allen heads. And then they send you a wiring harness. So each wiring harness has a little dust cap on them. This one didn't, so it's probably in the box. But looks like they screw up watertight. Each plug has a rubber grommet on it. So it looks like, here we go. So it looks like, I'm gonna have to look at some stuff here, but you have that that's your on off. So you'll have white and yellow off of that one switch and or off. And then that's going to go to battery, but that's going to go to my aux beam. And you got all 8 plugs right here that come off of this. So you can run this wherever. You can mount it, tie wrap it, whatever. And then each light has probably 8 to 10 foot. So between 10 foot there, I guess. And however much they give you there, you could really stretch this out. This looks like this would have enough room to go on a school bus. But I'm going to go ahead and start planning out where I'm going to put all this stuff. I got an existing rock light set up, but it's just RGB, so I wasn't like a huge fan of it. So actually what I'll do is I'll grab... So this light was for behind, but for mock-up purposes, so you can have it come out that way. I guess that's probably the easiest way, is to have it come out that way. But now, my only concern that I have with this is it's more set up for being mounted to a tube. So here, I'm not really mounting it to any tubes. You can see my existing one. It's clearly bigger. It's actually a good bit bigger. The light, you can see, that's the size light for the RGB. That light's clearly bigger. So cool. I do like that. I am going to want to mount these out of the way. I mean, I was kind of thinking to actually push them up further to go back up in here. And that way, I might try and keep some of the dirt out of it. But I actually might put it back here. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to do some planning. If I do there, I'm not going to get too much out of it. Right there, kind of lights up everything. So I think that might be the spot I'm going to put it back at. But like I said, for future kits, I would ask that possibly they put a flat mount, because nobody's really going to have a really good mounting spot unless they're planning on, you know, like that's what it's meant to be mounted on, or like that. But yeah, I think that's going to be the way I do it. Yeah, so neat. Anywho, update. In order to put these in, you're gonna have to take, if you're gonna put these in a Can-Am X3 specifically, I don't know how Polaris's work, I don't know how Honda Talons or CF Motos or every other side-by-side out there works, but for a Can-Am, if you want to do it cleanly and right, you gotta take out your seat, right? And then of course while you're in here, clean up all your cans. Because if you're like me, you drink non-alcoholic drinks. Non-alcoholic. Don't drink on the trails. In case, you know, sometimes you can, but I didn't say that. And then, of course, while you're at it, you might as well clean in here. Because as you can see, there's a lot of mud. But the goal is, you're going to run your cable through the firewall up there. Up in there. So on the side, you're going to take, that just pops out. You throw that on your roof. This one pops out. This is just an update. I want to have some more videos for you, Mike, but my suggestion is when installing these, wire it up first. Like, this isn't the permanent spot for it, but wire it up. Generally I hook my stuff up to the aux beam. I'm not going to do that with these. I'm going to plug them directly to the battery because it has a switch, and it should cut all power. If I start getting a battery drain, I'll throw it on the aux beam. But I forgot what I was going to say. But with this switch, I shouldn't have a draw because it's off. But what I would do is, before you actually mount these where you want them, find out where the light works best. So for me, turn it on, which kind of odd that this button isn't lit. I thought that would be lit, but I guess it's not. But turn it on. So 2 is white, 1 is yellow. And I'm pretty sure if you just swap those two, just red and yellow, you can make 2 yellow and 1 white. But for this case, yes, look at that. These things are bright. So I've already test fit one. Line's gonna be right there. I still gotta run some. I'm probably gonna rerun this wire up into here. That way it's out of the way, because I did that with my last one, my last set. These are way better. I don't know how much these cost. Somebody will probably tell me, but these are way nicer than the Amazon ones I bought. I think I paid like 30 bucks or whatever for the ones I had. They're RGB. They do 100 different colors, but these actually do what they need to do. They're lighting up everything. So at nighttime when you're riding, yeah, it looks cool to have all these different colors, but honestly, I want to see what I'm going over. As you can see, it does light up. So for these, 2 bolts right here. There's a nut on the other side. The mount that they come with is made for roll bars, so if you want to tap your roll bar, you can probably put them right here, but I prefer up top. Like I said earlier, I would hope that maybe they would give you a flat spot here. This is a rubber grommet for a roll bar. I used it anyway, mainly because this wire, because if you flush mount it, it's going to pinch that wire. But otherwise, I like them. They're bright as can be. These are bigger than my last rock lights. So this bolt went in. I had to drill a hole for this. I just drilled it in and then screwed it in. And then all you need is this one switch. Cool. And like I said, they give you got a ton of room. The back wires for the back lights have a longer wire than the front lights. So the front lights, the way I ran them, pardon me. So the way I ran them up top. I don't know if you can see them, but ran them up top. There's a grommet back there. It goes through the firewall. And those wires are long enough to reach about, well, it'll come all the way out to here, so it's not bad. If they were probably a little bit longer, it depends on where you want to mount your stuff. The next step, I've had water up to here before, so that's about as deep as I want to go. So I think right there should be good. That might be a good spot. If that's underwater, nah, I'm doing something right. So yeah, I'll take some more video here and see what else I can figure out. But I do like that spot back there. I think that spot's going to be a good spot. And then all my wiring, I got so much wiring. I think, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, because as you can see, I got a mess. Like, before I put this all back together, I'm going to pressure washer this all out. I think I could just shove all the excess wiring back in that corner. This is what happens when you get a UTV, because you get wiring for your speakers, you get wire for a radio, you get wire for a backup camera, and then I got aux beam, and I got a breather. And this is the fun part about owning this, is you realize, even though you have all this wiring and all this, you have all this, you're still not going to catch fire. Right, and then once it's pulled tight, oh, I went up and under because I'm an idiot. Whoopsies. That. Cool. All right. So that's about how that's going to look. Oh, cool. And the other thing I like about these is has last fit on them. So no matter where you look at, if your rig's clean and not covered in mud, somebody's going to be like, "What are those?" Last fit. I think I did it here. Yep, that's where I did it. I'll put it right there, just in. So for me, I run a smaller drill bit than the screw, because it'll hold it in. Get this in place. And again, Mike, I know you want good video, buddy. I'm sorry, I'm by myself. I had somebody here. Nobody. Don't do like I did a minute ago and put the damn.
Skeeters are out.
Yeah. Probably just screwed them all up.
Could you make them orange?
Yeah.
Woohoo! Now you can be highway construction.